Welcome to round 2, game 3 of the Gauntlet, featuring the Fantastic Four. Today's Fantastic Four team features Franklin Galactus. Franklin Galactus here is going to be one of the, one of the engines that's going to keep this team going. Of course, has the traits that friendly characters with the Fantastic Four keyword within 4 squares have the power cosmic, granting him and one of his teammates, Human Torch, the 50-point rare version, willpower, of course, and everyone else protected outwit. Everyone else has Indomitable, so they don't benefit too much from the power cosmic, except for the protected outwit, of course, which is actually going to be very helpful for this team. Because, if you recall in one of the earlier episodes of the Gauntlet, I guess just through random pairing, these two actually made a pretty formidable combo with Ghost Rider, Black Leopard. Ghost Rider, of course, having Defend, and also granting adjacent friendly characters of equal or lower point values a share a keyword with Ghost Rider, Energy Shield Deflection. So they're both 50 points. So Black Leopard here would benefit off of not only the Defend, but also getting that Energy Shield. And coupled with his combat reflexes and perplex, can make him really difficult to hit. Hulk here is getting the task of carrying both of them into battle. Seeing as how Black Leopard has 0 range, Ghost Rider has a small 4 range, and of course Hulk has a 0 range. With the Underworld team ability, he's able to carry 2 characters, but only to carry characters that share a keyword with this character, which is the Hulk, and are lower points. He's 75 points. Both Ghost Rider and Black Leopard are 50 points. So I think this Hulk is going to provide a valuable service, a taxi service, but also not a bad melee character, right? If I use both Black Leopard and Ghost Rider to kind of protect him, because he won't be able to get the Energy Shield, because it says adjacent friendly characters of equal or lower point values that share a keyword with Ghost Rider would get it. So he would still have to hide behind, but that's okay because of Leaping Smash. He has that as a free action. Roll a d6 and you can move up to the result, and it has improved movement, ignores elevated and hindering. So he can move for free up to 6 squares and possibly bash face with that super strength that also has protected outwit and modifies damage an additional +1. So the damage potential is really there. I'm going to rely on Franklin Richards and Black Leopard. Well, Black Leopard already has leadership and perplex to kind of help the team as well. But Franklin Richards, having to choose, may occasionally have to choose perplex to kind of make sure that, or probability control to make sure the Hulk lands those crucial attacks. Moving on to the next team. The team that you're probably curious as to who they're playing in the second round here. And actually, they are playing a Codex theme team featuring not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Venoms. So the linchpin on this, of course, being Leonardo the Venom. He is a chase figure. And of course, as you know, most chase figures, I don't want to say all chase figures, but most chase figures are very powerful. And in this case, Leonardo the Venom is, I think he's okay. He's not overpowered, but I think he's a solid 90 points. Being able to use Outwit and Perplex, and also reduce the opposing character's use of Outwit and Perplex to a maximum range value of 4 will cut down on their range significantly. Of course, he also has that call-in help from the Venomverse, which allows Leonardo the Venom, when he hits an opposing character, if no character has been placed this turn, after resolutions, roll a d6. On a 3 to a 6, place another friendly character whose name includes Venom adjacent. And I have Venom, Agent Venom, ready to answer the call to Leonardo the Venom with that trait to, mess with the positioning, kind of be able to make surprise attacks, catch the opponent off guard. I think that's a pretty cool power. And Flurry, of course, Flurry throughout the dial because he has it as a trait. This team, I think, has a lot of survivability because they all have shape change along with damage reducer. So it's going to be kind of tough to take them down, even though there's only 4 of them compared to the other team, which has 5. That shape change coupled with damage reducers is going to make this team a little rough to take down. I have 2 Venoms, 1 Fast Forces, 002, and from the set 007 from the Spider-Man Absolute Carnage set, the common. I'm using these two specifically just for tie-up because, of course, you know, it's not that Leonardo the Venom can't handle himself in close combat because he has flurry. But I kind of don't want him to come to that, right? It's kind of a last resort power. So Venom's here going to have the task of using their plasticity to tie characters up, working together. They also have the common Venom anyway has a wildcard team ability, and Agent Venom has the team player team ability, which means that they'll be able to copy Leonardo the Venom's shield team ability. Of course, that giving him an extra range will help because Venom has 4 range and Leonardo the Venom has 4 range too. So, you know, increasing that range will definitely help each other out. On top of, you know, adding the potential to add an extra damage using that other part of the shield team ability too. So we've got a lot of tricks in this particular team that makes, you know, at first glance it may seem like, you know, a little underwhelming, but I think they'll do just fine against the Fantastic Four. Well, let's get this match going. Here we go. Before we get this match underway, I want to talk about choosing maps for the Gauntlet. This is something I'll make sure to include at the end of this video, and I should have included it since the beginning, but I did forget to include this because this is not having, and it doesn't have anything to do with the team building itself, but it does have to do with the team building process. What I'm talking about is map choice. Normally, of course, in a Heroclix game, you would want to pick a map if you're going to go play competitively. You want to pick a map that benefits you. So if you have characters, you know, that can ignore lines of fire like elevated terrain, hindering terrain, things like that, you want to take maybe a busy map because you can ignore a lot of that stuff. This one here is Kunlun Outdoor from the Avengers vs. X-Men monthly prize thing, whatever they're called. As you can see, it's elevated terrain, levels 1 and 2. On the edges, there's one edge, and there's the other. And one piece of elevated terrain right there as well, close to their starting area. So what I was talking about was map choice, and then how normally, of course, when you're building a team, you would want to find a map that fits your team. I like to do the random maps for the first 2 rounds just to really kind of push the teams to unfamiliar situations. Because, of course, you know, you're not always going to win that map, bro. You can try your best. You can make an 8-man team, but, you know, there's always going to be someone with that 9-person team and beats you by 1, gets their map choice, completely ruins your strategy, and now you don't know how to play in a foreign map. This is what this first 2 rounds is all about. I'm still learning all of these things. As you may have noticed, I have gotten some feedback regarding some of the rules and stuff as I play. And again, it's all because I'm trying to get familiar with these teams, trying to find a great combination to build the best possible Fantastic Four team that I can build with what I have. And so that explains the map. That's the reason, you know, why you may see random maps here until I start to see what kind of maps benefit them. We'll start doing that in the 3rd round. In the 3rd round, each team will have their own map choice, their own map, you know, preference, whatever. If they win the die roll, they can play on that map as per standard rules. But for the first 2 rounds, it is totally random. And even their starting areas, I randomize their starting areas too. I do give initiative. I still roll for initiative, so that way, you know, this team, for example, got the initiative, so they're going to go first. That doesn't change. For those of you wondering, these videos, I record them like kind of consecutively. Sometimes it's like 2 or 3 in a day. Sometimes it's like one day after another, or, you know, a day in between, whatever I can spare. So it's kind of random. So if you or have been watching through the series, and you know, you say something like on video number 3 or 4 that I forgot to do something. By the time I'm on video 7 or 8, I may still be making that mistake because I've been playing, you know, that particular character that way, or a rule I've been forgetting to think about. I've been playing it that way until, again, that's why I ask for your feedback. You know, help me out. Make sure that these moves are legitimate. If you're being a champion and sitting through the entire playthroughs, would really appreciate any feedback that you can give me. Enough gabbing. Let's get this started. One of the drawbacks to this team right here is that, okay, they have 4 characters. However, no leadership. We'll see if that hurts them. What that means is that one of them, one of these 2 Venoms, the tie-up pieces, will probably be resorted to Theme Team Prob Magnet. That's okay. That's a purpose. He's serving his purpose on the team. Is it the best purpose for a 65 or 75 point character? No, of course not. But what are you going to do? You still have to try to find ways to maximize your actions, your turns, your everything, really. So let's see. Leonardo the Venom is going to carry... oh, well, you know what? Agent Venom here has a trait. At the beginning of your turn, you may roll a d6. Let's roll it. That's a 5. Move Agent Venom up to half the result. If it's your first turn, move him up to the result instead. So he doesn't really need to be carried. He can move just fine on his own. So let's move him along. Since this is our first turn, we're going to move 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or squares. It's terrible. It's terrible positioning all over. Not enough hindering terrain to take advantage of his stealth. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, you know what? He can still move afterwards, I guess. Yeah, let's try to get the high ground here. Let's get the flank. 1, 2. Oh wait, does he ignore outdoor blocking? No, he does not. He only ignores elevated and hindering on movement. So let's just go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the 5 squares. 5 squares that he can move. Now he's got 8 movement, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like I said, I want to get the high ground with him. He's on the 2nd story. So he's got that little section somewhat protected. Let's get these other Venoms into the thick of things. I have to be aggressive with this Venom team. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Having half of your team as I don't want to say they're tie-up pieces because they're competent close attackers too. But, you know, they're not the best. This is also somewhat of a fringe team going up against the Fantastic Four, which Fantastic Four have been killing it. 2-0. Let's see if they can go 3-0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has an 11 movement. He can still move 4 more squares. The question is, do I want to move him that close? They've got Hulk, Black Leopard, Ghost Rider that can dish some damage back. But will it be enough? Will it be enough? Oh, you know what I just realized? Leonardo the Venom is hosed against Franklin Richards. His outwit won't work against Power Cosmic. Shame. What a shame. As shameful as Seamus, no one in their right mind says. So he's still at 6 movement. I don't know. I mean, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can put him up in that object over there to get hindering terrain, or to get that, you know, hindering terrain bonus. He'd be a lot closer. Obviously, you know, may even, yeah, he'll probably even be able to get attacked by some characters if he's that close. So This is one of the tough things, you know, with such an open map. Having these close combat characters like the two Venoms here, they have a lot of distance to close. So these are the two options. Either I hang back, play it safe, hope that they don't hit their attacks. The following turn, just move Venom up to his full speed so he can tie someone up. So Venom, of course, won't get an attack because he has to move his full speed to tie someone up. And meanwhile, Leonardo the Venom here, from here, he'll be a lot safer from getting a first turn attack. So that way he can potentially set up attack on the following turn. Not only that, but of course, being further back, like I mentioned, will keep them safe. So it's kind of a trade-off. You play it a little safer. Venom won't be able to get in an attack, but your characters will be, of course, safer from harm. And now Venom has to use a whole move action next turn, which I'm going to go with that. Oh, by the way, I have noticed while been editing my videos that it may get a little confusing playing Fantastic Four theme teams against each other, remembering which team is which. So I will start remembering to use different tokens on the different teams to distinguish them. Slowly but surely getting this as much fixed up as possible to give you a pleasant viewing experience for the Gauntlet. We got Venom back here. Oh wait, speaking of tokens, I'm going to give them their tokens. And Venom back here. Oh, he's got super strength. Hello. Maybe I should have carried this Venom. So in that way he could have taken that object over there. You live, you learn. But yeah, that would have been the better move, which is grab this Venom. Since they were both adjacent, I put them on adjacent to them on purpose. So you know what? No, that's what I'm going to do. And here's why. Because I can. Oh, you know what? I forgot to roll for deployment. I didn't even know if I could make all those moves. Let's find out. 4 and a 3. Yeah, that's actually okay. I just won't move Leonardo Venom until I move this other Venom. Which, do they have stealth? They don't have stealth. Which one ignores hindering terrain? The set version, which is this one. Perfect. That works out perfectly. So that way, he'll get the +1. Won't slow him down because he's got... oh, wait. That means that I wasn't able to carry the one with the object. That's fine. Blades with exploit weakness and an 11 attack is not a bad trade-off regardless. And I think the Fast Forces Venom is more durable because he has invulnerability instead of toughness. So it works out. We'll play it as is. Of course, under Frontline Finesse, I would have had to have moved Agent Venom and Venom before Leonardo the Venom. But it's the first turn. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Doesn't really matter. No more free actions or anything like that. So, let's turn it over to the Fantastic Four. This team... featuring Grey Hulk. I don't want to say featuring Grey Hulk because I think Franklin Richards, Black Leopard, and Ghost Rider are the engine of this team. Hulk just kind of carries that engine, which I guess is still a helpful part of the vehicle. Shout out to Jaime Fejeron for pointing out that I was carrying objects with Hulk. Although Hulk has super strength and can carry objects and can carry up to 2 characters, he cannot do both at the same time. Appreciate you for reminding me about that rule. Hulk here. Let's look at our options. He can move his full speed value, which if he carries 2 characters, which he will, That's 8 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the furthest he would be able to get, which is about the halfway point of the map. Really close. If I bring him in that close, they're going to be open to 4 attacks. Well, no, 3, because they don't have leadership. But those would probably be 3 very powerful attacks because they have Perplex. These 2 have super strength, blades, range combat expert. So it's a lot of potential damage there that can be dealt. Way too risky to just do something like that. What we can do is be real methodical here and try to just kind of creep forward along this side here. Let me get you a better view. That way they use the elevated terrain to their advantage of blocking line of fire from the Venoms to them. Now here's what gives me a little confidence to do that. That Human Torch here has a special damage power, which he has on... oh, by the way, he's at a 60 point level. He's the only character so far being played at his lower point level, because I needed a 60 point character to round out this team that flew or carried, so that way Franklin Richards can follow along and give them the power cosmic and not get deterred by terrain. And I chose Human Torch because, I mean, he has the Fantastic Four team ability, which can stand to benefit if Franklin Richards or Hulk get KO'd, so you can push him. He has a special power, like I said, on his first 3 clicks on his 60 point line, that Human Torch and adjacent friendly characters take no damage from energy explosion or poison, which Leonardo the Venom there has on his top dial 11 attack energy explosion. So even if I were to huddle around there and he were to have line of sight to me, as long as they're adjacent to Human Torch, they won't be able to get hurt with that energy explosion. So what I have to do is I have to pick who do I want them to target. Like, who do I want to put out there as bait? That's the tough part. And that's the part where, I may settle on Black Leopard. Because Black Leopard, let me see if I can put him within 6 squares of Leonardo Venom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's too close. He has to be within 6 squares and line of fire to be able to get that trait to fight for equality in Rudyarda to kind of trigger. Tough spot they're in. Definitely a tough spot. But we're not going to play into Agent Venom's tricks for him flanking that elevated terrain, you know, and just be in his sniper range of 6. So instead, we'll go the other way. We'll bide our time. That's what we're going to do. Let the Venoms be aggressive all they want. With Human Torch and potentially Franklin Richards having move and attack powers. Unlike, well, you know, Agent Venom has that free move. I mean, it's only half the D6. From here on out, it's only going to be half the roll. But it's still a form of move and attack, but it's not as good as running shot, of course. Okay. So if I were to move the Hulk here, he would have the power cosmic. So if, let's say I were to use him as bait. He cannot get Ghost Rider's energy shield. He can't. Can't do it. Just not possible. Because he's higher points. You have to be lower points, equal or lower points to Ghost Rider, and she's 50. What that means then is that he can still get the defend, which he already has an 18 defense to start with, but if he were to take a hit, that's the only defense, 18 defense click he has. So Ghost Rider will still be able to help him. On top of that, Franklin Richards here getting carried in by the Human Torch, being within 4 squares of the Hulk, will make sure that his defenses do not get outwitted. So this is what I was talking about, like that little steam, that little engine that's being carried together by the Hulk. you see it in action right here with Black Leopard and Ghost Rider in tow. And seeing that they're all melee characters, now I'm wondering if I should just say screw it, get him in at least a little closer. Maybe not close enough to Venom. You know what? Let's figure this out. Agent Venom here can move up to 3 squares at max 1, 2, 3. Okay, so he can move up to there and he can shoot up to 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means he can potentially hit us up to almost on the other side of the elevated terrain. And then don't forget that they also have Perplex. So this is as far as he can reach. Meaning that if we were going to try to avoid an attack from Agent Venom, we want to get on this part of the rooftop too. Let's figure that out. Let's figure out if that's possible. So let's see. What's as farthest that Hulk can move? Carrying 2 characters is 8 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then he's still got that free leap climb power. So I think I'm going to do that. So he carried them here. Positioning right now is not too important, I don't think. Well, I mean, if I put him there, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I still can't use Perplex. Too far because of Agent Venom's. I'm sorry, Leonardo the Venom's. Is it a trait or a special power? It's a special power, the smartest man of the age, that only allows me to use Perplex up to 4 squares. But that's fine. I'll just perplex someone's defense anyway. So this is 8 squares from where the starting area was. Now, activating Leaping Smash. Let's do that. I roll a d6. He rolled a 6. So that means that I can move up to that result. And remember, right now, we want to stay away from Agent Venom. We want to make things as difficult as possible for Agent Venom to come and hit us. Now, in this situation, I'm debating now of putting, maybe not Ghost Rider, but you know what? I don't even need to. He got a 6 movement. That's crazy. That's crazy movement. Let's figure out a good spot here. I'm gonna place Hulk here next to that heavy object. So now that he's gonna put down both Black Leopard and Ghost Rider, he can carry that object the next turn. That way I won't forget. Oh, there we go. This Hulk continues to impress me. Not bad. Not too shabby. And now Human Torch and Franklin Richards over here. Let's see. Come along, you two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Of course, Human Torch flies. Speed of 10. -1 for carrying Franklin. There we go. One big happy family. Repositioning, making the Venoms reposition as well, because now they have to rethink their strategy. Take that, Team Venom. Codex theme team, by the way. It's a Codex theme team. Let's see what we can do with these goobers. Oh, you know what? I forgot to roll for deployment. I keep forgetting that. 4 and 1. Okay, doesn't matter. I'll move Human Torch. They're both 75 points. Yeah, both characters that move. Oh, no, wait. Human Torch is actually 60 points. But yeah, like I said, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Not on the first turn. First turn, it rarely matters. You know, because you can just take your moves back, move them the correct way, and they'll still end up in the same spot. Just like magic. Hopefully I'm going to try to remember to roll for the deployment roll before the turn begins, like right now. Got a 3 and a 2. That means conservative tactics. The only character that can actually take an action this turn is the Venom without a token. And this is where leadership is just so huge. You know, in the standard game, leadership is already a great power. Factor in the solo play rules. Just adds another layer to leadership and how useful it can be. And of course, you know, that I'm pretty sure I've mentioned throughout the playtesting and the team building that this is not a perfect process. This is an imperfect process. And so part of the whole process is to stress these teams out. And I think the Heroclix solo rules do that by replicating some weird scenarios that would obviously never happen. Like, why wouldn't I move my 3 best figures right now, right? Why wouldn't I make the 3 best potential moves I'd make this turn? For whatever reason. It could be a lot of factors, you know, playing in a foreign map, map that you're not used to playing, that is. Playing against a team that you don't know too well, like the dials, their powers, and things like that. So I'm trying to just kind of replicate off factors. So when they go into an actual, you know, competitive game, I have a lot of answers, or I have a lot of ideas on how I can cope or handle certain stressful situations. In this case, we're seeing in action just how good leadership is. And I think I mentioned that at the beginning, that, you know, that four characters, but with only 3 actions, and not having leadership. We'll see if that comes back to hurt them, haunt them, whatever. Well, we're seeing it. We're seeing it. And this Venom, even if I perplex his speed, let's see. So his speed of 5, because of you have to have his speed for charge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even if I plus 1, he's still 1 shy. However, he does have giant reach, doesn't he? This particular Venom. Oh, you know what? Let's roll for that other Venom here. Got a 5. Got a 5. That means he can move up to 3 squares. 1, 2, 3. Hey, look at that. There's another object there. He's still in stealth. This Venom's got moves. He's got moves for sure. Agent Venom, that is. Okay, so I was looking at this other Venom, Brock Venom, Fast Forces Venom. He's got giant reach. Let's see what giant reach does, because it's very possible it may ignore elevated terrain and allow us to make an attack. Let's see. Let's see. Giant reach. Reading this straight from the pack. Giant reach X. He has giant reach 2. Okay, so it's up to 2 squares. When this character makes a close attack, instead of choosing an adjacent character or characters if able, for targets, you may use improved hindering and target characters within X squares and line of fire. So it does not ignore elevated terrain. Shame. What a shame. So, okay, charge of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even if I plus 1, he'll be blocked by that elevated terrain. So then he is going to have to be the tie-up. He's got plasticity. Shape change. Hopefully keep him alive along with his damage reducers. He can heal back up with his steel energy. A couple of clicks of that. Regeneration, 1 click of that at the end. So he's not a bad tie-up piece. He's not. Not the greatest, but not bad either. Being able to deal damage with blades, 4 damage with steel energy. So he's got options. He's got options. That's what I'm saying. He's not that bad. So let's put him to the test here. I'm just gonna move him up to his speed. Does he have improved movement? He has improved movement. Ignores elevated, which is great, but 1 speed too short. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He does not ignore characters. Does not have improved movement. Ignores characters or hindering terrain. So once he climbs up here to this elevated terrain here, let me get you a view here of what's going on. So once he climbs up to this elevated terrain, like let's say through here, he'll have to stop immediately. So I have to pick now where. I think right here would maximize him the most. It would tie up Ghost Rider, Hulk, and Black Leopard, which I mean is I think is probably the best choice. Here's why. Oh, you know what? He ignores elevated. I don't have to take the stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I mean his options aren't that great. Here, at least, you know, tying up the Hulk with plasticity, Hulk won't be able to move. He does have that leap climb, but he still has to break away. And, you know, that special power, free special power he has, Leaping Smash, is separate from leap climb. So he doesn't get that breakaway bonus. So I'm not gonna risk using leap climb to try to break away. He's already in action. Hulk is gonna stay there. That's not the thing. What I'm debating here is Venom landing on this object. He'll only tie up Ghost Rider and Hulk instead of, you know, these three. But he'll get that +1 if he were to get a range attack by, say, Franklin Richards or Human Torch, wanting to wish him some harm. Yeah, I'm gonna leave him there. And let's give him their tokens. And like I mentioned, unfortunately, they got conservative tactics for the solo deployment rules. And that means that unless they have more free actions, obviously, before I moved this Venom over here, Leonardo the Venom will perplex his defense up by 1. We got to do what we got to do to protect our boy up here. Come along, boys. He's leading the charge here. Venom, Hulk, right here on Heroclix, the Gauntlet featuring the Fantastic Four, trying to make a competitive Fantastic Four themed team. Using what we got, trying to show you all. As nice as chases are, and super rares, of course, you don't always need those in your team to be competitive. Contradictory when I have a super character, a super rare, and a prime in here, you know, and a couple of rares. But whatever. You know, look at the other team. 1 chase, 2 commons, and an uncommon. These teams can be fun, maybe not the most competitive, but we're getting there. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Okay, let's get the next round started here with the Fantastic Four doing their deployment roll, 4 and a 3. That means frontline finesse. Frontline finesse, people. The chumps have to go first. Oh, you know what? Black Leopard has leadership. I'm perplexed, which I forgot to use, but that's fine. It didn't really matter, I guess. Failed his leadership roll. But don't forget, the leadership still grants them an additional action. And you know, the fact that the Venom team, Codex, theme team didn't take an action, or didn't take advantage of other actions because of the deployment roll, this turn is probably going to hurt a lot. So, let's see. If we got to move or we got to act with Black Leopard or Ghost Rider first. Ghost Rider has Quake, which doesn't matter because Venom has Charge. I was hoping to maybe get some space there so Hulk can pick up that object, but having Charge kind of gets around that. He's getting +1 defense thanks to Leonardo the Venom's Perplex. However, I may have found a solution to this little puzzle problem that we had. Black Leopard here has a trait. The maximum attack, defense, and damage values of opposing characters within 6 squares and line of fire are each equal to Black Leopard's printed value of that type. So that means, since he has a 17 starting defense, as soon as he becomes within 6 squares and line of fire, he is within 6 squares but not within line of fire, so as soon as he becomes within line of fire, Venom here will get Black Leopard's defense of 17. He'll still get the +1 from Leonardo da Venom. But hey, an 18 is much more manageable than a 19. Okay? So yeah, I'm going to move Black Leopard first, because if I don't move him first and I attack with Ghost Rider first, Venom here will keep that 19 defense against Ghost Rider, and we don't want that. We wanna reduce that to an 18. So that's what it is right now. Debating using Perplex here with Black Leopard. Of course, you know, the actual rule is you have to use a free action. You can't use a free action during another action. And if I do that, you know, it's because just of my years of playing. And I don't really mean for these videos to be a tutorial video, but more strategy related videos. So keep that in mind, please. Okay, so he's gonna perplex his attack, I guess. It'll bring it up to 11 because he's got blades. Blades is chancy, but if I hit, you know, it's worth the chance, I think, sometimes. Or I could perplex it to 4 damage. No, you know what? Let's perplex the attack. Or do I hold off on that and perplex his defense down? So it'll be a manageable 17 again. And let Ghost Rider and Hulk take a whack at it. Yeah, let's do that, because all of this is too chancy. So let's say I use the perplex on Black Leopard's attack. And I miss, right? So there goes the benefit that Ghost Rider and Hulk could get. Or let's say even if I hit, and then I get a bad Blades roll. And so there's too many factors. So I'm going to save that Perplex and use Charge Blades first. Here we go. Here's the attack. That's a 7. With a 10 attack, aiming at an 18, that's a miss. Black Leopard, failing the team. No, it's okay. Like I said, he wasn't going to get that Perplex bonus. I wasn't banking on him making this attack, making a successful attack. So that's one action. I got 3 more. Ghost Rider for sure. Hulk, more than likely, yes. That'll leave me 1 action with maybe Franklin Richards. Yeah, and you know, well, we'll see how this Ghost Rider attack turns out here. That's probably what'll happen anyway. So here we go, Ghost Rider. Of course, Black Panther already perplexed down Venom's defense, so it's down to 17. Ghost Rider has an 11 attack with 3 damage. Let's do this. That's a hit. Oh, you know what? Venom has shape change. That's a miss. Oh no, yeah. So he missed the shape change. So the attack connects, hits only for 1, but that's okay. That's okay because now that he only has toughness instead of invulnerability, Hulk here can unleash a solid attack. So before we do that, we have to think, because so it is a 16 defense now. Let's see. So it's 17 plus 1. Oh no, it's still a 17. Sorry, it's still a 17 defense. He'll still need a 7 to hit. The question is, if I move Hulk, because we got frontline finesse. If I move Hulk, he's at 75 points. He's the highest point character. That means that I'll end my turn right there, because I can't move lesser point characters after I've already moved a higher point character on frontline finesse. So I have to either debate to use Human Torch or Franklin Richards right now, or wait. And I think I'm just going to take a move action with Franklin Richards. Or do I? No, you know what? I'm going to leave him here in case I need to use a Theme Team prop. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, so I don't mind taking only 3 actions this turn, because I think it's too early to use Franklin Richards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can't, you know, even on the edge of elevated, he can't reach the other Venoms. So yeah, let's just And I don't really want to, I don't know, I don't feel I should waste an attack on this Venom. I think I need to save Franklin Richards for the other two Venoms with range, because he's one of two characters in this team with range. So yeah, we'll do that. Let's just use the Hulk, save Franklin Richards for a team prob. Hulk hits with doubles, but he has charge. Okay. So he connects for 4. Maybe I should have used that free power to try to break away. Well, he needed a 6, so no, that's fine. Okay, so he hit for 4. Venom has, oh, you know, Venom has shape change. Speaking of Venom has, that's a fail. Okay, so he hits for 3 total. 1, 2, 3. He now has sidestep, super strength, battle fury with toughness. I think, you know, the Venoms had a solid strategy there, placing the 19 defense Venom up there to tie up 2 of their characters, and then, you know, +1 in range because of that object. However, Black Leopard here, just kind of nullifying all that, right? Perplexing back his defense down, using his trait to bring it even further down. This Fantastic Four team is looking promising so far. Let's clear Human Torch. Let's go to the Venom's turn. Let's roll for their deployment roll. 4 and a 2. Frontline finesse. There are 2 Venoms that are worth 65 points. And they're actually Agent Venom and the Venom that's way back here. So with frontline finesse, let's see. Let's use that Agent Venom movement power first. So it's 4. So he can move up to 2 squares for free. 1, 2. I think I need to start picking a direction for him to go to, either, you know, that way or that way. To kind of, you know, make like a little pincer around them. Yeah, that's what I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this Venom to cut him off from this side, and use this Venom to cut him off from that side. And this Venom will just meet him straight head on. Try to support the other Venom in combat. Engaged in combat right now. So I have to move the 65-point characters first. This is going to be action. Oh, you know what? This one can actually attack. Oh, man. So these, again, that leadership coming back to haunt them. Man. Now I got to debate, you know, if I move them 3, I can't attack with his Venom up here. And with the combination of powers he has sidestep, improved movement, elevated terrain, super strength. He can potentially just easily move 1 square down to grab that object, bring it back up, and smash someone with that object. So he's definitely going to be used. I just now have to decide which of the other 2 Venoms are going to get used. Okay. I think I got it. So he's going to get his free action move. 1, 2. Remember, we're trying to get him to... We're going to make like a little pincer maneuver where this Venom cuts him off over here, this one cuts him off at the other end, and this one meets them head on to support the other melee character that they have engaged in combat. I'm not going to move this Venom this turn, because I think moving this close combat Venom is more important, because this one can actually, you know, just slowly move up and be able to get a move and attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he can actually even attack right now. Now that I see that. However, if I do attack, this is Black Leopard. He'll get the energy shield and the defense, so it'll be a 20. He does have range combat expert, and Leonardo the Venom does have perplex, so we may be able to make something happen here. Just maybe. Yeah, that's too good of an opportunity to pass up. At 65 points, this Agent Venom is definitely going to get an attack on the Prime Black Leopard. So he's already moved his 2 squares. Frontline finesse. I have to move the 65-point characters first. And so I don't see a drawback to this. I mean, besides him being out of stealth, out of hindering terrain, but that's okay because the rest of these are tied up. I'm not too scared of the amount of damage Human Torch can do. Maybe Franklin Richards, but I'm willing to trade some damage if, you know, Franklin Richards is willing to roll for that damaging himself too. So not a bad trade-off all around. So let's do that. So Venom already moved. He's going to use Ranged Combat Expert on Black Leopard. Black Leopard makes his attack 10. It's already a 10. Brings his damage down to 3. It's already a 3. So that's not affecting him too much besides his defense. Now, activating Ranged Combat Expert, he gets +2 attack to offset the energy shield that Ghost Rider's given him. 4, 5, 6. And Leonardo the Venom will pump his attack up by 1 more. So that way, that'll offset the +1 defense that he gets from Ghost Rider's defend. So a total of 13 attack going up against a 20 defense. It's still crazy. I need a 7. That's still an absurd amount. Just absurd. Here we go. Agent Venom making an attack against Black Leopard. That's a miss. Gonna use a Theme Team Prob. It does have minimum range of 6, right? Yes, it does. Okay. Giving Agent Venom back here. I'm sorry, Leonardo the Venom, the action token. Agent Venom will reroll his attack against Black Leopard and misses again. That's terrible. That's terrible. Venom here will use free action sidestep, breaks away because he has plasticity, and he rolled a 5 anyway. So as planned, he has improved movement, doesn't need to take the stairs. When he moves, picks up this object. That's 1, and then he comes back up. That's 2. He has giant reach, which I just saw, which is not good for Franklin Richards. Because I'm about to bash his little face in. I want my Leonardo the Venom to be able to outwit your team, and you're preventing that from happening. So let's take care of this pesky human. There we go. So there's Agent Venom. And here's Franklin Richards. And here comes the attack, I guess, because not much else I can do. He is still benefiting off of Ghost Rider's 18 defend, but I mean his defense is already 18. Let's roll it. Let's roll it. That's a 5. That's 3 terrible rolls in a row. 3 terrible rolls in a row. I don't know. That was just a bad turn. This Venom team, not looking too good. Not at all. Definitely needed to put some leadership or something in here. That's okay. This is not the team we're focusing on. We got to make the Fantastic Four, which so far looks pretty good. They look okay. 5 and a 4. Frontline firepower. Hulk has 2 action tokens. Black Leopard has leadership. Let's see if we can't pull one off. 3. That's a miss. No problem. Don't worry. We still get 4 actions. So frontline firepower. We have to use Franklin Richards first. Oh, wait. You know what? Before I complete all that, I forgot. Leonardo the Venom still has an action that he can take. 1, 2, 3. I'll grab this object. Why not? And leave him here, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, because he only needs... 4 range. 1, 2, 3, 4, which he's in range. Leonardo the Venom. 11 attack. Energy explosion. Targeting Black Leopard. But you know what? Oh yeah, it'll still hit Black Leopard and Ghost Rider. Well, if I roll high enough. Let's just roll it. 11. That hits. That hits. Because yeah, Black Leopard's defense will be 18. Plus the energy shield. That's 20. Leonardo the Venom's attack goes down to 10. So he'll still need a 10. He rolled an 11. He rolled an 11. Right there, coming in. With his wings. We're going to use a Theme Team prob on Black Leopard here. Shame. Have to use him this way. But I don't want to have to take 2 damage with him. And 1 damage with Ghost Rider. Or does she have invulnerability? No, she has toughness. So she will take 1. That's a miss. That's a miss. I think that's 3 5s that I rolled this turn with them. I almost forgot to use him because I gave him a Theme Team prop, but he didn't actually take an action this turn, so he can still do that. FYI. Okay. Okay. We still got frontline firepower with the other team. Franklin Richards is going to get into the thick of things here now. That Leonardo the Venom has made an appearance. And he cannot use Outwit because they are all within 4 squares of Franklin Richards, granting him the power cosmic. So Franklin Richards, if I were to choose, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man. That's going to be a Pulse Wave for full damage. Wow. Okay, so Pulse Wave for sure. Running Shot has to happen too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and I won't hit anyone else, so that'll be for full damage. Ignoring his shape change. Not ignoring, but you know, you won't be able to use shape change and vulnerability. All that good stuff. And I guess I'll choose probability control as his last one to make sure he hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Running Shot, Pulse Wave with probability control as his power. What is it called? Let's just triple check to make sure. Free. Choose 3 standard powers, which I did. Franklin Richards can use the chosen powers until your next turn. At the end of your turn, if Franklin Richards activated this power or made an attack, roll a d6, deal him unavoidable damage equal to half the result. And here's the attack. Here comes the Pulse Wave attack, Leonardo the Venom. That's a miss. That's a miss. He's got probability control on his own. Oh, that's even worse. Wow. And he still has to roll at the end of the turn for damage. Brutal. Brutal. That's something you don't want to see happen. Now he's not 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now Ghost Rider's not within 4 squares, so I have to be careful with Ghost Rider here. Some frontline firepower. That means Human Torch is next. Human Torch also has Pulse Wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I move him over here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh, that he'll hit Black Leopard. Don't want that. What about here? 1, 2, 3. 1. No, there's no way you can do this without hitting Black Leopard. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see if I can hit the 3 Venoms, which may not be a bad trade-off. I think it may be worth the risk here. 1 damage to Black Leopard to deal 3 damage to the opposing team. You know, because Pulse Wave just doesn't let them use their shape change, their invulnerabilities. So, yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's make that running shot pulse wave attack with Human Torch. I want to see what happens if I'm making the right move here. Black Leopard. Did I roll for leadership with Black Leopard? I think I did. Oh yeah, he used a Theme Team Prob. That was actually last turn, right? Trying to get the 2 tokens off the Hulk. Or was it this turn? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Human Torch. Going Supernova. Not really. Just regular Nova. Rolls an 8. That's actually high enough to hit everyone. We got to take care of this Venom now with his, he's on his regeneration clicks. Luckily I have Ghost Rider who has willpower and needs a 5. But you know what? I'm going to bring his defense down by -1 with Black Leopard. Let's make it a 4. I want to hit. Oh, that's a critical miss, people. That's a critical miss. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. Oh no. No Theme Team Prob. Oh man. What have they done? I'm gonna take a token from Hulk, seeing as how he is going to clear. And so is Black Leopard actually. Next turn. The Venoms, the Codex, 4 and a 2, frontline finesse. A lot of frontline finesse going on today. That means Agent Venom, let's see, he has his free movement. That's 2 squares that he can move up to. 1, 2, still trying to get the high ground or some stealth over here with him. Making his moves around the map. Who's the other 65-point Venom? Oh, he's all the way over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you know what? Before I forget, Franklin Richards. Oh, man. Franklin Richards. He took 1 damage from his special power. However, I just realized I put him way too close. And he's totally in danger now. This is jeopardizing my strategy. This was a terrible move. I was very risky, you know, to try to get that pulse wave. I was feeling very confident with that PC in tow. I think I'm gonna end up regretting it because let's play this out. So, Venom has 11 attack. I hope he ignores hindering. Yes, he does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he can definitely reach Franklin Richards here. He's got super strength. Put him 1 step closer to the action here. So he grabbed his object. And, you know, he needs a 6 for 5 damage. Do I want to use my Perplex? I don't want to use my Perplex. He needs a 6. I mean, I think I gotta save my Perplex to try to deal with Ghost Rider because Ghost Rider's defend is still active with combat reflexes on Black Leopard, energy shield on both of them. I need to save my Perplex. So for now, Franklin Richards here has to deal with Venom charging at him full speed ahead with an object. Here we go. That's a hit, but remember that Franklin Richards has those powers until the following turn. Let me just make sure. Can use the chosen powers until your next turn. So yeah, so he still has probability control. So let's make him re-roll on Franklin's own probability control. He only needs a 6. And he still hits. Now, do I want to use a theme team prob on Black Leopard? I think we do. I think we do. They're down to 1 theme team prob. Venom making his final attack. Oh, gets a 3. There's no way to theme team prob that because Leonardo the Venom has 2 action tokens. Venom over here doesn't have line of... Oh, he does have line of fire, but he also has 2 action tokens. And that Agent Venom is too far out of sight. He's... well, Leonardo the Venom is blocking his line of fire, and he's not within 6 squares either. Just 1 shy. So, wow. What a stroke of luck for the Fantastic Four. I honestly try my best in dealing with all this dog hair you see, but my dog is super hairy, so if you got allergies, watch out. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Venom here. Oh, no, we still got Agent Venom because we got Frontline Finesse. Agent Venom can still draw a line of fire to Black Panther, Black Leopard. Black Leopard, yeah, I think that's a target we want to get rid of because of that leadership and perplex power. Oh, and you know what? Human Torch. I thought you had to hit. He has a special power, Pulse Wave. When he uses it, not hits. After resolutions, you may choose an opposing character that can use Protected Pulse Wave or Protected Pulse Wave within half his range and line of fire and deal that character 1 penetrating damage. No one on the opposing team has it, but that's good to know. That's good stuff right there. You don't have to hit, just have to use it. Agent Venom is going to use Range Combat Expert. We're going to do the same thing. Pump it all into attack and hope that his 3 damage can cause enough harm. So 13 attack going up against 20 defense. So I need a 7. That's a 6. That's a 6. Pretty slow game because of all these misses. Oh, sorry about that. I forget. I was looking at the wrong Venom. Attacking with a different Venom. He got his token already. Let's sidestep with this Venom because we want to try to hide. That's a fail. Man, nothing went their way this turn, huh? And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. Human Torch here is out of 4 squares range from Franklin Richards. Unlike Black Leopard. So Leonardo Venom is going to use Outwit on him. And I'll outwit his Pulse Wave because I don't want to get hit by that Pulse Wave again. And deployment roll for the Fantastic Four. 6 and a 2, frontline firepower. Oh no, this is actually unrestricted operation, so they can do whatever the hell they want. I think Franklin Richards using another Pulse Wave is not out of the question. I'm going to deal with Venom first with Black Leopard. Right here. This showdown of epic proportions. I will say that Venom did a great job of tying the Fantastic Four melee characters up. He's, you know, doing a 2-3 person job here. All on his lonesome, not bad. And he's still threatening with that regen. And, you know, he should have gone away with that sidestep, gone into hindering terrain to make him, just to, you know, make him move, make him use their movement to chase him instead of, I don't know, doing something else. So, Black Leopard has Indomitable. Venom's defense is 16. Black Leopard's attack is 10. I'm not going to use Perplex. So I just need a 6. Oh, and you know what? He's got shape change too. So look at that. Dog hair everywhere. Misses the shape change roll. And here comes the attack. Double 4s. But they do have theme team options now because they have 2 left. And 3 characters have line of fire to Black Leopard. So let's start with the first one with Venom because it's possible that he's still going to get KO'd. So if I put a token on him, it's not a big deal. 10 on a 16, I need a 6, and they're down to 1 theme team. That's a 5. Oh no. Do I want to use my last theme team with the Hulk? I think I may. Yeah, let's do that. Let's use the last theme team prob with the Hulk. Hulk gets an action token. Reroll. Wait, should I be rolling for shape change each time? When this character would be targeted by an attack. No, this is just a reroll. Okay. 7, that's a hit. And now, yeah, I'm going to use the last theme team just to get them out of the way. And plus, it's not a bad move either because Leonardo the Venom here has Indomitable. So, we're trying to save this Venom so he can potentially regenerate. Let's hope for a miss here. Oh, he does miss. That's a 4. Venom. Hanging in there. Hanging in there. Okay, now I'm going to have to use Perplex on his defense because I really need Hulk to hit. And I can't, if I roll a 5, I'm just going to kick myself. So Black Leopard will bring Venom's defense down by 1. Hulk here will make an attack. 10 attack to 16 defense. 15 defense, actually. And, oh, there you go. There you go. That Perplex. Oh, you know what? Shape change. Oh, no. He got it. I forgot to roll for shape change. I did roll for it just in time though before I clicked them out and I KO'd him. He got that shape change, so now he can't make that attack. This battle just keeps going back and forth. Oh, sorry, I put the wrong. There you go. I still got 2 actions because I still have leadership. Oh, you know what? I forgot to roll for leadership with Black Leopard. Let's do that. I failed. Okay. Franklin Richards here is going to use Pulse Wave. I've used 2 characters. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, him and Human Torch. So let's use Franklin Richards first. He has Pulse Wave, Probability Control, and let's say Impervious. Why not? Why not? Let's make him a little survivable here. Roll the 6 plus 11 attack. That's a 17, which will hit because, as you'll notice, Black Leopard here is out of range of Franklin Richards. 1, 2, 3, just by 1 square shy. There's Franklin Richards. There's Black Leopard, 1 shy. Activating Pulse Wave ignores, not ignores, but characters can't use powers, abilities within that range, and Black Leopard can still affect them with his trait. And he's able to draw line of fire to all the Venoms, meaning that all the Venoms have to, in essence, their damage, attack, and defense values all become equal to Black Leopard's, which are 17 defense. So that 6 that he just rolled was just enough to hit them because of that little combination of powers here and abilities that they have access to. I'm just gonna roll for Franklin Richards damage right now. I don't care, because I forget. And he takes a... No, he doesn't take a pushing because he has Power Cosmic. Getting around their shape change. Now he still has probability control and impervious. So he has... hopefully he can survive a little bit longer. And now we got Human Torch over here. His Pulse Wave did get outwitted, so we may not use him this turn. Should we still make an attack? Leonardo the Venom has toughness right now. If I use him, you know what? I'm going to use him because I think I need to get rid of that Venom before he regenerates and I have to deal with him all over again. And his defense is still -1. Oh, no, I increased the... Oh, yeah, I did decrease his defense. Okay. Yes, and then what happened was Hulk... he got shape changed against the Hulk. So, risking that pushing damage with Human Torch. He doesn't get a shape change. Let's roll it. Let's do this. Let's move him here. That's an 8. 10. Yes, that's a hit. Out of theme team probs. No probability control themselves. Will knock out this Venom. This Venom has finally been dealt with. Just consider the amount of attacks I had to waste on him and make just to whittle him down. And it's Venom from the Fast Forces, so that's quite impressive. Quite an impressive Fast Forces set piece, anyway. Okay, that was their turn. Fantastic Four. Here comes the Venoms, the Codex turn. Oh, look at that! The turn that Venom got KO'd. They got rescue a friendly character. That means that Venom is back. There's no keeping this Venom down. And with unrestricted operations, they can move how they like. This Agent Venom has his free action movement, so that's 3 squares. Is there any hindering terrain around here? 1, 2, 3. Human Torch is covering it right now. 1. Yeah, let's park him up here. He doesn't have stealth up there, but with the 6 range, he is able to reach all of these characters here. And being on elevated gives him a better vantage point. Leonardo the Venom has charge, blades, perplex, outwit. Let's get rid of Franklin Richards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with this Venom back here who just came in. I did start him in the starting area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right now, he's about to maul Franklin Richards with his Blades exploit weakness. That's terrible. That's awful. These Venoms just ganging up on poor Franklin Richards here. Man. No mercy. That's a hit. He has probability control, so let's do it. Let's do it again. Still a hit. Let's get that Blaze roll in. 4 damage. Remember, he has exploit with that. So Franklin here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Taking a wallop. I don't know, stabbing. I don't know. What does he do here? His mouth full of teeth. Okay. I guess he took a bite out of him. Poor Franklin. Let's use the other Venom. Yeah, because this Leonardo the Venom has Charge, Flurry. Charge, Flurry as a trait. Blades on his dial. Outwit, Perplex. So he can just start bashing over here. For now, let's see what this Venom can do. Take a bite out of old Franklin and finish him off here. 11 attack. 17 defense. Oh, but wait, he's got impervious. I forgot about that. With the power cosmic, I can't outwit it. But you know what? I'll use the perplex to bring up his damage up by 1. So that'll be 4 damage. So it'll still get 2 damage through impervious if he fails the roll. There's the attack roll. And he fails the shape change. I'm sorry, the invulnerability or impervious roll. So he takes 2. And he's still in it. Wow, 9 clicks in. Still in it. He is in it to win it. He can be dealt with next turn. He's got 2 action tokens. So do these 2. Yeah, I'm going to use Leonardo the Venom to try to handle. Let's get rid of either Black Leopard or Ghost Rider. Or even Hulk. Man, this team can be brutal. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do that Leaping Smash with Hulk. That's fine. I can use him potentially if I get that token off him to carry Black Leopard somewhere. I think maybe getting rid of... No, because if I get rid of Ghost Rider has that trait that when Ghost Rider will be killed for the first time, instead turn to any click number from 1 to 5. The next time she takes damage, KO her and has Protected Pulse Wave. So like if I KO her, she'll just come right back. And knowing me, I'll probably put her right back on that top dial click to get that 18 defend with Energy Shield. Maybe. Maybe. Although that flurry with 4 damage also looks pretty tempting, as does that 10 damage exploit weakness. So I'll tell you what. Since he has Outwit, and he can see Black Leopard has combat reflexes. Yes, he'll still get the 18 defense from Ghost Rider, but I'm willing to trade that for being able to hit him and actually try to knock him out with that charged flurry he has. So let's do that. Venom 1, 2, 3, 4. So he outwitted his what is that called? Combat reflexes. So Venom here outwitted Black Leopard's combat reflexes. Leonardo the Venom's attack comes down to 10 because of Black Leopard's trait. 10 to an 18 because of Ghost Rider's defend. Still needs an 8. I already used the perplex. Yes. Yes, I did. First attack. Misses. Second attack. 8. That hits. Yeah, right? 10 attack, 18 defend. Here comes that Blades roll. 2 damage. 2 damage. Leonardo the Venom. Let's clear Agent Venom up on the other elevated piece of elevated terrain. Let's roll deployment roll for the Fantastic Four. 6 and a 4, unrestricted operations. Let's see if we can turn this into a comeback here. Oh man, does this Leonardo the Venom have plasticity too? Oh my god, these Venoms are so annoying. They don't let me use that range attack with Ghost Rider. Well, let's see. Black Leopard lost leadership, but he still has Perplex. He has that trait, which is still very helpful. And actually more helpful now that his attack value is 9. He has Flurry, but he has 2 tokens. Dang it. Yeah, I mean, the only one who can take an action this turn is Ghost Rider. This is terrible. So yeah, Ghost Rider will try to attack Leonardo the Venom, who has Shape Change. Rolling for that Shape Change misses. 11 to a 17. Or should we make that a 16? With that Perplex. No, I'm going to save that Perplex to... oh no, he doesn't have Line of Fire to Franklin. We established that. Yeah, but let's bring his defense down. Didn't need it though. Hit for 3. Leonardo the Venom has toughness, so he only takes 2 damage. There's her token. Black Leopard used Perplex. Hulk here. You know, I'm going to try to do that free breakaway thing. Not that free breakaway, but that free move. Breakaway of 1 does not work. I wanted to see if I could get him closer to maybe Franklin Richards to kind of help him out. He's looking a little overwhelmed at the moment. So here we go. Deployment roll for the Venom team, aka Codex theme team. Hey, look at that. 6 and a 4, unrestricted operations for Codex. Let's just finish off Franklin, shall we? 11 attack, 16 defense. I didn't pick anything with Franklin because, I mean, let's just make him waste the attack, right? I think that's a smart move. 11 attack, 16 defense. Here we go. That's a hit. Let's roll for blades. 2 damage. And he's still in it. Wow. Franklin Richards with a total of 11 clicks. And he's actually on his last click, as from what I can see. Let me see. Yes, he's got perplex and nothing else. I'm not totally useless. You want to bet, Franklin? You want to bet, Franklin? He still has the power cosmic, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's useless at all. Oh, you know what? I wouldn't have been able to use that outwit with Leonardo the Venom being within 4 squares. He doesn't have line of fire. But Franklin Richards' trait doesn't require line of fire. It's just 4 squares. My bad. My bad. This Venom has 2 tokens. This Venom has 2 tokens. Oh, we forgot to do that free action move. 3 squares. I'm not going to use it actually because... Or do I want to use it? Yeah, let's take a step back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can target Ghost Rider. They're both on elevated terrain. Oh, let me try to get a better view here. There's Venom right here. There's Ghost Rider right there. Sorry about the angles here. They're playing right on the edge of the map. I'm just going to leave it here. Take my word for it. There's a Ghost Rider behind the Hulk. And there's a Venom behind this Human Torch back here. He's going to pump his attack up with Range Combat Expert. Leonardo the Venom is going to perplex Ghost Rider's defense down by 1. Here we go. That's a hit. Let's see. It's 12 attack to 17 defense. Yes. Actually, 19 defense. And yeah, that's still a hit. It's going to hit for 3. Ghost Rider has toughness, so she only takes 2. She did lose that special power, granting them the energy shield. Oh, where are their tokens? There they are. Let's. Oh, you know what? Leonardo the Venom has sidestep. Oh, even with plasticity, these Venoms cannot land their sidestep rolls to break away. Back to Fantastic Four. 6 and a 5. Unrestricted operations. Let's try to do some damage, team. Black Leopard here has Precision Strike, Perplex, Flurry, which is a perfect combo to try to take on Venom here, who has Super Senses. Let's perplex Leonardo the Venom's defense down by 1. Black Leopard will make the first attack with Flurry. There's a Shape Change roll, which is a fail. A 9 attack to a 16 defense. That's a hit for the first attack. He can still get Shape Change. I'm sorry, Super Senses, but only on a 6. And he gets it. On a 6. Next attack. Gets that Shape Change. I mean, fells it. That's a hit. And another Super Senses roll. Oh, wow. No joke. Leonardo the Venom. No joke. He's not fooling anyone here. We see him for the terror that he can be. Oh, should Hulk have cleared? I think Hulk should have cleared, right? Yeah. Yes, he should have cleared. Okay, so bad luck for Black Leopard. I wanted to use him first because of that precision strike. Let me see if I can't get rid of him with Hulk. Here we go. Shape change with Leonardo the Venom. He got it again. Wow. Let's try to use that breakaway. Not breakaway, but that leap climb. Not leap climb. That's special power. I'm getting frustrated here. Okay, so he got a 6. So that's breakaway. Even against his plasticity. And I can move. Right, so I gave him the free action. I have to roll a breakaway. Now that I can move, I have to roll another d6. And this is 4. I can move up to that result. You know, it's not good either way, and I'm looking at it. It's not looking good for the Fantastic Four. They needed to have landed some crucial hits here. Not being able to do that successfully, as you've seen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send him after Agent Venom. I feel like he's just getting further and further out of reach. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a free move. Oh, they should have the other color token. That's fine. I'll move hers. Ghost Rider has sidestep, blades, exploit weakness. Let's use Human Torch first. Human Torch with 10 attack, hypersonic. 1. Does it make a difference if I make a range attack or a close attack? Well, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that way he'll have 2 options for close attacks, either this Venom or this Venom, depending on if they get their shape change roll. So we'll attack Leonardo the Venom first. Here is his shape change roll. He fails it. 10 attack on a 17 defense. Or 16 defense, I'm sorry. And he fails. He fails the attack, people. Let's just go hide back here. I can only take 3 actions. I forgot I lost that leadership. Let's go back to Team Venom. 4 and a 3. Frontline finesse. Where the Venom's at? There's one. Free action move. 2 squares. So I am going to start to back away from this Hulk, make my way towards maybe some elevated, not elevated, hindering terrain for stealth. So, you know, so he can try to deal with the Hulk one-on-one and not have to deal with range attacks too. Then from here too, he also has line of fire to the Hulk. Let me try to get this a little better lit up. There you go. Okay. So Venom here will use Ranged Combat Expert. Oh, I've been forgetting to use that call in help from the Venomverse trait. Agent Venom. Let's do 1 attack and 1 damage. So he'll need a 7. Let's make it a 6 with Leonardo the Venom perplexing his defense further down. And he hits. for a total of 4 against Invincible. So he takes 2. This other Venom is going to attack Franklin Richards, who I guess used his Perplex to bring his defense up. I don't know. And he's out. Human Torch heals, by the way, as does Hulk. Oh man, maybe I should have made that attack first. It's been a while since I've played Fantastic Four, and not particularly my favorite team. But this set has piqued my interest somewhat. Last but not least, Leonardo the Venom, who has Sidestep, Flurry, Perplex, which he used. And so he's just gonna use Flurry. Let's attack Ghost Rider first. No, you know what? Let's attack Black Leopard first. Let's knock him out first. 10 on a 17, first attack. That's a miss. 10 on a 17, second attack. Oh, I'm sorry, it has to be a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he would have still hit. And Venom would have still hit. Yeah, their attacks were high enough. And attack rolls. And that hits. 9 into a 17, that's an 8. Black Leopard's got super senses. And he fails. Does 2 damage. He's still in it. He's still in it. This match is just not ending. Neither side giving too much. You know, when they finally did take away from the Codex team, they managed to bring Venom right back the following turn. So they held on for as long as they could, I think. Sidestep, breakaway. He's got plasticity and he fails again. He can get those super senses on a 6. But forbid they have to break away. Frontline finesse for the Fantastic Four. Not able to get any reinforcements or get Franklin Richards back yet. Let's start with frontline finesse. So it's Ghost Rider, has 10 attack, blades, 16 defense on Leonardo the Venom. Let's bring it down to 15. I'm trying to get rid of him here. Let's go with that shape change. And he gets it. Man. Ghost Rider is going to try to sidestep breakaway. Fails because of plasticity. Black Leopard has Indomitable, so he's going to try to get the attack here. Let's get that shape change. Fails. 9 on a 16, needs a 7. Hits. Let's get that super senses. And he got it. Leonardo the Venom. Showing the Fantastic Four how it's done. Let's do that free action thing with Hulk while he still has it. That's 4 squares. One, 2, 3. Grab this object. 4. Let's make an attack. Wait, this is frontline finesse. So next has to be Human Torch. Am I going to use him? He does have Pulse Wave. Oh, but no, then if I use him, those are the 3 actions. So yeah, let's just make the attack over here. Oh, Agent Venom has shape change. And he got it. Oh my god, wow. This Venom team surviving on shape changes and damage reducers. Just slowly whittling away. I mean, okay, granted, in a real game, they wouldn't be, you know, on full strength with Venom coming back. But, man. Sorry there. This match is just all over the place. And I'm having trouble keeping track. Let's go back to the Venom's team. 6 and a 2, unrestricted operations. Let's see if we can't finish them off now. Let me clear Human Torch really quick. There we go. Oh, I gave the Hulk the wrong token. There we go. So they got unrestricted operations. Venom here has charge. Yeah, let's try to help out Leonardo the Venom. Let's get him in closer to the action. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Too far. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be enough to reach Black Leopard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, his attack values do drop because of Black Leopard's trait, but that's okay. You know, 9 on a 16. He still needs a 7. Let's roll it. That's a 9. Black Leopard has super senses, and he gets it. Neither team giving way. Leonardo the Venom will make a flurry attack. First attack on Black Leopard. Hits. Black Leopard has super senses, which he gets. Second attack. Leonardo the Venom hits. Black Leopard has super senses. And he hits it. He gets it. I am probably going to have to stop this match soon. I call it on time. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. Oh, you know what? This Venom should have been clear. He should have cleared already. He should be good to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you know, this other Venom has that free move. 3 squares. Or 2 squares. Has to break away. And he does because he has plasticity. Let's just get him in close to the action. Let's tie up Human Torch here. Let's make things miserable for them. And let's clear this Venom. Let's roll deployment roll for the Fantastic Four. 3 and a 1. That's conservative tactics. So the only one who can take any action is Human Torch, which I'm just going to use Pulse Wave of them. So the only ones who will get hit are these 2 Venoms, Leonardo the Venom and Venom from the Fast Forces. 5 on a 15. Their defenses are 16. That fails. He's the only one who could have taken a non-free action. Hulk here moves up to 6 squares. Let's block him off over here from entering this hindering terrain. Ghost Rider, even though only has 1 action token, cannot take an action. And Black Leopard will perplex his own defense up because he can. So there's Hulk and Agent Venom. Back to the Codex team's turn. Frontline firepower. Agent Leonardo the Venom has sidestep. Before I use sidestep, he's going to use perplex. He'll perplex his own defense up. Yeah, that's what he'll do. He's going to sidestep away. He gets it. 1, 2. Actually, let's move him this way. 1, 2. So what I want to do is I want to get him adjacent to a Venom so that way he can potentially carry him in future turns. And not only that, this Venom also has Lethal Protector. Once per attack when an adjacent friendly character takes damage, give Venom a Protector token, and free remove a Protector token to make a close attack that deals penetrating damage. So being able to deal potential penetrating damage later on is not bad at all. He perplexes his own defense, so let's see who's next. Venom over here is 75 points. Yes, oh, let's get that free action move with Agent Venom at the beginning of the turn, so that's speed of 2. Let's roll that breakaway. He doesn't get it, even though he has plasticity, whatever. Venom making an attack on Human Torch with blades. 11 attack to a 17 defense. Here we go. Actually, 9 attack on a 17 defense. And that still hits. And here's the blades roll. 2. That seems to be as high as he can roll for blades. He gets another token. These Venoms are just slowly whittling away at the Fantastic Four. And Agent Venom here can still make range attacks even though he's adjacent to characters. So 17 defense plus 1 is 18. And now Agent Venom will do 1 attack and 1 damage with his ranged combat expert. So that's 11 attack with 4 damage because he has invincible. And he hits. This is this match going on over here. Sorry about that. Yeah, and I mean, he's going to have to take 2 damage. Let's clear Venom from the set and Leonardo the Venom. Fantastic Four's deployment is a 6 and a 3, unrestricted operations. Running out of options here. Running out of options very slowly but surely. And let's go here. Black Leopard will perplex this Venom's defense down by 1. Let Ghost Rider sidestep. Use that charge blades. Now that character has plasticity, of course. I'm sorry, shape change gets it. I'll turn my attack to Leonardo the Venom. He gets his own shape change, and there goes Ghost Rider's attack. Black Leopard will now attack Leonardo the Venom, who has shape change. Fells it. 9 attack to 16 defense. I need a 7. That's a hit. Let's roll that Super Senses, and he gets that Super Senses roll. That is just rough. Rough to get past. And the fact that they got, you know, their character right back after getting KO'd definitely didn't help, because this is a tough team, I guess. I mean, I can't tell if, you know, that the team I made is bad or if the other team is just kind of good. Maybe both aren't bad. It's just that's, you know, revival. Rescuing a character from being KO'd. Hulk. Gonna make an attack on Agent Venom. Doesn't get a shape change. Makes the attack. And misses. He missed. And Human Torch clears. Shape change. I'm sorry, deployment roll for Venom. Codex is a unrestricted. Oh no, not unrestricted. Frontline firepower. Leonardo the Venom here, getting our attention back on him. Has Flurry trait. Let's see if we can finally land those attacks against Black Leopard. 10 attack, 16 defense. Black Leopard not able to affect him because he does not have line of fire to him. I just saw that. That's terrible. Here's the first attack. That's a hit. Here's the Super Senses. He gets the Super Senses. Here's the second attack. That's a hit. Here's the Super Senses. Finally fells the Super Senses. Has to take 2 damage. Is that enough to do him in? 1? Yes, it is. With no Fantastic Four team ability, no one is able to benefit off his KO. The Venoms have a lot more breathing room to try to push forward. Venom here is going to attack. Oh, no. I have to attack. Yes, this Venom is next. 11 attack, 17 defense on the Ghost Rider. That's a hit with an 8. Oh, he doesn't have blades. It's the other one. And it's a knockback too. So it's 3 damage with toughness is 2. Knocks her out. However, when Ghost Rider will be killed for the first time, instead turn her to any click number from 1 to 5. The next time she takes damage from an opponent's attack, KO her. Okay, so we got Quake. Psychic, Penetrating Psychic Blast. Precision Strike. Blades with Exploit. Steal Energy with Flurry. Well, the Flurry alone is 4 damage. Now what happens here? So, she does get KO'd before she gets knocked back. However, it says when this character would be KO'd for the first time, instead turn her to any click number. So then, I guess what, after resolutions, she would still take the knockback damage? Or the knockback from the attack? Well, because she didn't have charge to start with. So even if I put her on a charge click, she'll still have to get knocked back, right? I think. Or does it check when it... I think it checks when you make the attack. So I'll stick with that for now. If you got the... You know, I guess the correct answer on when that knockback would be applied, please let me know in the comments below. For now, I think I'm going to choose Quake. That way I can just try to target both at the same time. So she is back on her starting click with that 18 defense, energy shield, toughness. That's also her highest defense click, the first 2. And I want to keep her safe too. I don't want her to take a damage from a close attack. So that was Venom's attack. And Agent Venom here is going to do the same thing on the Hulk. Use that ranged combat expert. You know what? I forgot to do that free move. That's 2 squares. Let's do that breakaway as well. He gets it. 1, 2. Let's climb up here. Let's shoot at the Hulk. Let's do 1 and 1. So 1 attack, 1 damage. So that's 11 attack, 4 damage. 12, 30, 40, 50, 16. Oh no, that's actually, he needed a 7 because he's in hindering. I forgot about that. So that's a miss. And Venom over here clears. Venom from the Fast Forces. Back to the Fantastic Four. Hoping for some sort of reinforcements, and they don't get it. 5 and a 1. Frontline firepower. Hulk here, the big boy, has to act first. Let's give him that free move. Oh no, he lost it, but he does have not super strength. He has charge, but does he have improved movement? He does not. That's terrible. 1, 2. Not enough. So he'll just move up to the 4 squares, which, you know, I'm going to call it here for them. I'm going to call it here for the Fantastic Four. I think they're just going to be outmaneuvered now. You know, even if I were to make this attack with Ghost Rider, let's say I hit. Oh, she does hit. He's got super senses, which fell, so he takes 2. I don't know, it coming down to 1 Ghost Rider. Hey, that would knock out Leonardo the Venom. And, yeah. This guy takes 1. Because it's only Quake. Yeah, and she has willpower, so... I don't think this Ghost Rider can keep up with this Agent Venom. Maybe this Human Torch can, but having this Venom... you know, the one that came back, just having him there, you see how much of a nuisance he's been and how rough it was for the Fantastic Four. So this Human Torch has hypersonic speed. You use that to try to break away, and that fails because Venom has plasticity. Back to the Venom's turn. Double 4s. That's a rally. They remove action tokens from themselves. Yeah, if I can knock out Ghost Rider, I'm calling it. Here we go. 11 attack, 18 defense. That's a miss. If I can knock out the Hulk, I'm calling it. Ranged combat expert. Let's just throw it on to damage. Screw you, Hulk. Oh, you know what? He's got that free move. Breakaway. Gets it. 1, 2. Hey, right into... Oh, no. Then I need to have line of fire to this Hulk here. 1, 2. Let's make an attack. Need a 7. That's a hit. For 3 damage. 1, 2, 3, and he's out. Human Torch heals for 1, but honestly, there is no coming back for them. So I apologize about the terrible camera angles, but just so you know, the game takes place literally right there. And everything was just taking place like right next to me. So I wasn't able to position the camera on the opposite side because of the way it's attached to my computer. It was just, I need to figure something out. So if that happens again, I don't give you those terrible camera angles. Actually, and you know, moving on to the match, there's a lot to cover. I mean, we'll start with the Venom team. I know they're not really the focus, so you know, I just kind of want to get them out of the way. But they won, right? According to the solo rules, when they were able to bring that Venom with the rescue deployment role, it turned the tide. I mean, you saw what a huge impact bringing back that Venom, that it did take a few turns for them to whittle. I finally whittled him down. Very next turn came back. It's just, who knows how it would have turned out if he hadn't come back, you know, if they had just played it without, because it was still a pretty close match. And at the end, you know, you saw the impact that he had, that this Venom had when he came back, by just tying up Human Torch. You know, there wasn't giving Human Torch that mobility that he needed to actually contribute to the team. So who knows how that would have ended up had they continued without him getting revived. And the Fantastic Four themselves, you know, I made a few play mistakes, like moving Franklin Richards out of the 4 squares. So, you know, Leonardo the Venom was able to start outwitting. I forgot to activate Leonardo the Venom's, I think, his calling help from the Venomverse once, maybe twice. I know once for sure. And, you know, just some bad positioning too with some pulse wave attacks that left Franklin Richards exposed to both Venom. Well, one Venom and then another Venom. And Human Torch as well, you know, it's just limited space that we had. And is maybe something to think about as to maybe we need an answer for that. Or, you know, just something to think about, so that way in the future games, because I did like this team. I'm going to give them another shot. See if they get maybe better die rolls, better deployment rolls. But I will focus more on the positioning with this team, especially with Human Torch and Franklin Richards being a little more vulnerable to melee attackers than Hulk, Ghost Rider, or Black Leopard. I did like the synergy of the team between, you know, Black Leopard and Ghost Rider, giving each other energy shield that defend. Black Leopard debuffing the entire, you know, Codex team. So it has a lot of potential here. We'll see. And like I said, maybe it's just that Venom team is that much of a nuisance, and they are pretty tough with all that shape change and damage reducers, that that's the reason that Fantastic Four team kind of lost, right? But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the craziness despite the camera angles. I really appreciate you all continuing to watch these videos, provide feedback to me. And oh, I did say that I was going to cover, I will make sure that I was going to put up that graphic. So I'll make sure that plays right now. And while that's playing, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Heroclix. I am very active on either, very easy to reach. Let me know feedback there directly if you'd like. That way, maybe it would influence the way I create the content I create in the future for you all. Stay tuned for the next episode of The Gauntlet. Make sure that you like and subscribe. That way you're notified when the next episode of The Gauntlet goes live. As always, thank you so much for watching.